Hi, and welcome to Best in Tesla. So, Tesla just held their Investor Day, and there was a lot to go through, and I will do that one piece at a time. In this video, I will be focusing on the next generation platform and manufacturing, because if the industry understood what Tesla just showed, they know they screwed. Tesla is going to take over the auto industry in a way that we have never seen before, with a profit we have never seen before. So let's check it all out and let's dive right in. So let's start with the new way of producing a car. Tesla showed how they are making the car today with the Model Y as an example, and Toyota just teared down the Model Y and called it a work of art. It's unbelievable. So let's mark this date. 1st of March 2023, the day Toyota realized Tesla had beaten them in manufacturing a car and admitted it publicly. And now Toyota will try to copy Tesla's EV platform and manufacturing techniques and take all they have learned from tearing down the Tesla Model Y, meaning they will try to get to where Tesla was in 2022 in 2026. But the Model Y will be a completely different car at that point underneath, and Toyota will be where Tesla was yesterday. The people that copy will never lead, and pace of innovation is all that matters. So Toyota has just told us they will never be able to catch up, as they will just try to catch up to Tesla's old EV platform. Because now Tesla is not just designing a new EV model. They took their design team, their engineering team, their manufacturing team, and the automation team and put them in the same room. And then they have designed a new EV, with engineering, manufacturing, and automation in mind. Because, as Tesla said, the Model 3 was not designed with automation in mind. That was why it was impossible to do the automation they wanted with that car, because it was not designed for it. But that is exactly how the next generation platform is designed, because Tesla then showed this video of a new way of producing and assembling a car, where they stamp the whole side of the body, the bottom of the car, cast the front and rear, but instead of having to putting the doors on and off and paint everything and so on, and make it one step at a time and only working on one part of the car at one time, Tesla is now able to have one team working on the rear, one team working on the front, another team working on the sides, another team working on the doors, the hood and the trunk gate, another team working on the battery pack with the floor and the middle console and screen and seats and everything assembled in one piece, the bottom of the car. And all of these teams are working simultaneously. So not 5 steps down the line, but one step in parallel. So Tesla can work on the whole car at all times. Then just take the sides together with the front and the rear piece, popping up the floor in the bottom of the car with the seats and everything, and then roof, hood and trunk, and the doors and wheels. This is an order of magnitude more efficient way of producing and assembling a car than anything else on the planet. And Toyota called Tesla's old way of doing things a work of art. So I wonder what they will call this. A masterpiece? And Toyota is not the first to look at Tesla's manufacturing and use words like this. When Sandy Munro tore down the Model S Plaid, he called the motor and powertrain and all that a packing symphony. Tesla is truly head and shoulders above anyone else when it comes to manufacturing. And more of the old guys are starting to realize this, but that is all without the next big leap of the next gen platform. As Volkswagen, or former CEO of Volkswagen Herbert Diess said, Tesla can build the Model 3 in 10 hours and Volkswagen takes 30 hours to build the ID.3, an inferior product that takes longer to build. So Volkswagen admits Tesla is faster and better at manufacturing than they are, and they want to try to get to Tesla's Model 3 production speed in 2026 with the new factory built up from the ground with their Trinity platform, but that has all been pushed out to the end of this decade. So by the end of this decade, Volkswagen hope to be able to do what Tesla did in 2021. They are not just 5 years behind, they are a decade behind. And Jim Farley, Ford CEO, has been out admitting that Ford will never catch up to Tesla's production efficiency and cost, and that we're talking about Tesla's old third-generation vehicle. And Tesla will now cut that in half. So 3 of the biggest boys have already been out admitting that Tesla has won and is head and shoulders above them in production capabilities, as Elon said back in 2020 that they would be. So don't really care what any of the short sellers or automotive analysts are saying, that Tesla has no advantages and competition is coming, when even the competition itself is now admitting there is no catching Tesla. Before the next generation platform, Tesla is driving a Plaid Model S in a foot race. Tesla's heat pump and octovalve is such a great example of this, the innovation that Tesla has done, that no one else is even able to copy yet. Where Tesla took this mess here and turned it into this one heat pump that controls everything in the car when it comes to heating and cooling. A masterpiece of engineering. And now Tesla is taking so many innovation and putting all of this knowledge into the next generation platform and next generation factory. Like Tesla showed a few examples of. One of the most surprising to me was the next generation motor that will use no rare earth materials. I don't even know how that's possible. But at the same time, lower cost to produce and be a higher efficient drive unit. This is just unreal, but this is such a real Tesla way of doing things. We will make it better, more sustainable, but also cheaper. That is not an easy thing to do. And Tesla has made sure their next generation platform can use any kind of battery chemistry. So no matter what the next big battery breakthrough will be, if it's sodium battery that we hear a lot about lately, or something completely new, Tesla will be able to use it. And GM will have one kind of battery. Lithium, the expensive kind. And I will bet the legacy automakers were just as surprised as I was and don't understand how the hell are Tesla able to do things like this. We have no chance of keeping up with this. We just a car company. But I really want to emphasize what the next generation platform in production and the car itself will do, because I don't really think many really gets the implications of this. Right now, Tesla has an average gross margin on their car of 25%. That is industry leading by a big margin, even compared to premium brands making ICE cars like BMW. So no one is even close on making the same amount of money on selling a car that Tesla does even today. ICE or EVs doesn't matter. And when it comes to EVs, everyone is pretty much losing money on every EV they sell. BYD earns a little bit, maybe a little bit over $1,000 per vehicle, but they have just reduced the price in China, so we will see if they're still profitable over the next couple of quarters. But they earn peanuts compared to what Tesla does, and everyone else is losing money. So while other OEMs are struggling to even produce EVs, like we see with Ford and GM produced about 40,000 EVs in all of 2022. That is about the same amount that Tesla produced last week. And GM has been producing EVs for 6 years. So I'm not very impressed. But this just to show that ramping up EV production is very difficult, not something that even the old guys can just do. But the EVs they do make lose money. So no one of them have even caught up to Tesla's third generation EV platform, the Model Y and Model 3, but now Tesla is about to take their production to the next level with the fourth generation EV platform, where Tesla will be able to produce twice the amount of output on the same size factory and cut the price in half. So Tesla is the industry leader today when it comes to gross margin, but it's going to cut the production in half. Just want to emphasize that. While everyone else is bleeding money on the EV sales. Please let this sink in. Someone like Ford and GM is wasting money on advertising and dealerships and earning very little money on their ICE sales, but really earning money on service and maintenance and car loans. All of that is going out of business very fast, and at the same time they're forced to spend billions of dollars on a product that are losing them money. And Tesla is going to come with a new platform. And if Tesla would build like a new Tesla Model 3 on that platform and still sold it at the price we have today, they would be able to literally earn like 50% gross margin on those cars. Just to put it into perspective, what a massive improvement this next generation platform is. So sure, GM has a Bolt that costs under $30,000, but they lose money on that car. So it is completely irrelevant, and it is not a very good EV. Tesla will be able to sell a very good EV for $25,000 and probably have about 20% gross margin on that little car. Still more than any other OEM on one of their little tiny cars. No other ICE car is going to be able to compete with this car on true cost of ownership. This is going to be the car until Tesla make the robotaxi on this platform, and then it's just game over. So we know we're going to get a smaller car on this platform, we're going to get a robotaxi on this platform, a van on this platform, and other models coming as well. Tesla will be printing money and will be addressing like 80% of the market in the end, and will be able to truly scale up to a size the automotive industry has never seen before, with a profit that has never been seen before. And that is all without talking about full self-driving. And Tesla is going to break ground on the factory that will build this next generation platform. Their next generation factory that they announced is going to be in Mexico. So they will soon break ground on that. So we could expect to have some production already by the end of next year. All the other OEMs are talking about catching up to Tesla's old 6-year-old platform in 2026 or 2030, but Tesla will have made another leapfrog in production and EV platform already next year in 2024. This is going to cut the auto industry off by its knees. No one even knows how to do what Tesla does today. Ford admits they can never catch up to where Tesla is today, and Tesla is moving 10 steps further ahead now. So this was just talking about a tiny percentage of what they talked about at the Investor Day. So if you hear from the automotive analyst on mainstream media that Tesla's Investor Day was boring and irrelevant and whatever they might be cooking up, you know you're watching people that had no clue of what they just saw. Just this little thing from the presentation I talked about in this video will make Tesla the dominating force in the auto industry. And that was not even half of what Tesla showed off. Tesla showed off nothing but solutions that they're working on in every part of their business to make every little part more efficient, more sustainable, more scalable, so better in every way possible, and reducing cost on everything at the same time. Anyone that believes that Tesla's profits is going to drop out of the sky because they made some price cuts did not understand what we just saw at Investor Day. This will go down in history as the day that Tesla showed the world the way to a sustainable future, and how Tesla will be a dominating player in pretty much every aspect of that future. And thank you for watching. And until next time, take care out there and be nice.